Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Melanie, for that introduction. And thank you to our amazing musicians up there. Really appreciate you both for showing out and providing the musical entertainment today. So I'll go ahead and kick off. When I heard about the theme for dreaming, I was honestly confused. I was like, this is such a abstract sort of a theme to engage with. And then when I got approached to speak, I thought, okay, well, I can talk, I can do these things. And then I got to reflecting as I wrote and edited. And I realized that I have a really not clean relationship with dreams. So I'll get into that a bit. And yeah, so thank you all. When I was younger, I used to live in the clouds. I would dream up my fantasy worlds by the video games I was playing, the music I listened to, the cartoons and reality TV I watched. I would also take inspiration from the most mundane things like listening to music on the bus rides to school. For example, when Beyonce's Halo would play, I would daydream that I was in a music video kicking my lover out while singing "To the left, to the left." And when Keisha Cole's Love had me mourning a romance that 12-year-old me didn't know, I didn't even experience. On rainy days, and I had the window seat, and that song would come on, you know I was singing, "Never knew what I was missing." I would give dramatics in the daydreams I had in my head, truly dramatique. I didn't know that I could cite bus rides to school as my inspiration and love for the theater and performing, but here we are. Somewhere in middle school and high school, though, those daydreams started to disintegrate. Not because I wasn't capable of asserting myself over a boyfriend by singing "To the left," but because living out those dreams in my reality was not a possibility. I was realizing that I was gay. However, gay was wrong. And for me, a child whose blessings came from the dreams and sacrifices of my parents and family, being anything wrong was not an option. I believed that to live up to the dreams dreamt for me, I had to sacrifice the ones I dreamed. In efforts to not be wrong, I shackled my ability to dream and aspire. I may never get to live out my dreams, but I'll celebrate those that do, I thought. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride was a refrain that I adopted with a smile. At the time, I thought the self-sacrifice was super honorable. In some ways, I still do. However, I didn't realize the impact that mentality had. Without realizing it, I had internalized the shackles on my ability to dream, and I believed that they deserved to be there. I really thought I was alone in this feeling, in this experience. It never occurred to me that others may have experienced similar things. As I met more people, I realized that many of us elevate self-sacrifice as selflessness. I turned to affirmations that reminded me that others and myself are good enough, that we are worthy and deserving of good things. Yet the shackles of my dreams didn't go away. Not even moving to Japan could get rid of them. As Lana Del Rey sings, "So I moved to California, but it's just a state of mind. It turns out everywhere you go, you take yourself, it's not a lie." It wasn't until fall 2021 in my diversity and social justice class that I was able to understand what Lana Del Rey truly meant and able to understand what I experienced. In the course, we learned about the web of oppression. I didn't know oppression was a web, but that could explain why it's so sticky to get rid of. The web of oppression, according to Bell 2016, yes, APA in a Lumen Lumen talk, is made up of the 9 features of oppression. Oppression is pervasive, cumulative, durable and mutating. It's hierarchical. It has group-based categories. It's hegemonic and normalizing, internalized, intersecting, and restrictive. And no, I didn't memorize these. These are written here, but if you see John Dooley, who taught our course, tell him that I did memorize them, okay? Thank you, thank you. Amid a global pandemic, one of the most hectic semesters of my life, and navigating much, much more, I realized, OMG, I'm living in the web of oppression. The shackles I put on myself, restrictive. The fact that it was me putting them on, internalized. Living in a world that politicizes and doesn't humanize who I am and who we are, hegemonic and normalizing. And the fact that not even moving across the world or being a young 28 and a half years old like I am today has fully eliminated it. Pervasive and durable and mutating. I'm sitting in the classroom that I needed my own liberation. I didn't think speaking at Lumen Newman would be part of this, but here we are. Thank you all. I can share that I no longer am shackled in the same way that I was before. I don't think of myself as being held down, and I'm a lot better about uplifting myself and my aspirations. Sometimes I can still metaphorically feel those shackles and will doubt myself. But I'm able to lean on my village to make it through. Keyword village, because in my experience, it does take one for liberation. We weren't meant to navigate all of this alone. I think about the day that I was brave and spoke truth into power to my parents, and my dad's response back was, "You are my son, I love you." I think about the donors for the scholarship program who made my undergraduate education possible because of the hope that they have for me and my peers. I think about the friends who have listened, celebrated, and been there for me. I think about the students who have gotten to laugh and learn alongside with. I think about my folks in Japan who helped create an amazing 4 years of my life. I think about the mentors who are teachers, supervisors, counselors, friends, all rolled into one. I think about my mom and the sense of comfort that I feel when I remember the perfume she used to wear when I was a child. Extravagance by Givenchy, if you're curious. Also, the smiles that my mom and I both share when we video call and we catch each other in the most unflattering of selfie angles, but it's okay because it's just the two of us. And I think about my brothers who tell me that seeing me live out my dreams inspires them to live out theirs. All of these relationships have reflected back to me that I am more than what I give myself credit for, that the shackles I felt do not belong to me, that I am capable of more than what I acknowledge, and that I am too incapable of dreaming and aspiring for more. Take the shackles of my feet so I can dance, or for the purposes of this talk, dream. There is one more relationship I want to highlight. My grandmother, mi abuela. Mi abuela prayed for me and my cousins every night. I would hear her start and I would fall asleep before she finished. Mi abuela used to call me her botón de rosa, or rose button. I always thought it was because I was the cutest of all my cousins and siblings. I think that's still true. My understanding, though, has become a bit deeper. Rose buttons must bloom and flourish into beautiful roses. Through her love, she dreamt a dream of me blooming and flourishing. Me being here is making her dream a reality. I won't tell you all that dreaming is as natural for me today like how it used to be on the bus rides to school when Beyonce or Keisha Cole would play. But maybe it doesn't have to be. Today, dreaming looks like storytelling as I explore hope when I speak, plan, journal, listen, and read. I dream, and while I don't have a full vision of love like Mariah Carey, I can share that my dreams and hopes today are for who I want to be in the future, for the world that I hope to share with you all. I believe little me is proud of me, and that right there, I've gone above and beyond the dreams I used to dream. Thank you.